I'm back. Look at this, 3 videos. Woohoo! Um, One of the things I noticed as I was watching my past few videos, there's a few things like my table shakes because it's not very sturdy. That's something I'm going to have to work on. And my lighting's not perfect, but I don't have any fancy lighting, and I probably won't in the near future. Um, and I also notice, I'll tell you a few things about me. I'm a mumbler. I talk nonstop, and I love stories. I talk way too much, and I cut myself and my thoughts off all the time, and I never finish questions. And I've also noticed I talk very low, mumbling. So I'm going to try to get better as I go along. So I thought today I would show you how I do my currently page. So, like I said, not every month do I do a currently. So for next month, I will do. I feel like this is straight or this is crooked. Next month, I'm gonna do probably like all the summer highlights. Ooh, I got shadows. The highlights of the summer instead of like a currently. But this, I'm way behind. This should have been done already. So I have this book, this Rainbow Currently book by Jojo Plans, and I love it because it has all the different colors, different fonts. So I'm gonna go through, and I tend to like fonts that are just print simple, not nothing like this isn't my kind of style, but like this, just bold font. I don't know what they call it. So I'm going to try to keep this in just these colors. This is like a gold. So I am actually going to choose which ones I want. Let's see. They have traveling, trending, trying, visiting, watching, quoting, planting, learning, making, loving, eating, drinking, dreaming, craft. There are so many. And then they have them in each font. And then I like these in the back, like looking forward to. In the news, I like to do that one because I think that's important to know what's going on. Grateful for, having grace for, reflecting on, praying for, proud of. So, yeah, I love this. This is a great decluttering. This is a great book. And I change it up every month what I use. But I tend to use these simple quotes or fonts. So let's see. I want to use organizing because in July I organized my craft room after our flood. But I want to find it in the right color. All right, I'm going to pause this, look for the right fonts, and then I'll come back. Okay, this only took me a few minutes to do. I like to mix the colors. I'm going to open a new pen. So they're all different fonts, and some clear, some paper, just because if I want to get the right colors and the right ones. Let's see, I'm opening a new pen. These Zebra fine liner pens are my favorite. I bought almost probably every one that Dollar Tree has for $1.25. I have tons of them on hand. I like to keep them. So I did a lot of bigger boxes this time, and I don't usually do that because that's a lot to write. And what I do sometimes, especially when I'm back filling, I will go to my planner and go to that month and kind of look at what happened over the month so I can remember some things. I usually stay right on top of this. I'm not one to be behind in my planning. So, yeah. In the news. What was in the news? I don't even know. Okay. I know. I'm going to do in the news. If anyone's heard of like the Idaho 4 murder in 2022, it was 4 college students got murdered. I huge true crime person. I like to follow trials, and anyways, Brian Kohlberger, the guy who did it, was supposed to start. Actually, trial was supposed to start like this week, and he ended up taking a plea deal and pleading guilty. So yeah, so I was expecting the trial. I just finished the Karen Read trial. I just watched it, and everyone was expecting this one to start, but he ended up taking a plea deal. So he ended up with 3 life sentences, and they're one after the other, so he doesn't get to serve them together, with no chance of parole. And by his plea, he took the death penalty off the table, and he waived all his rights for appeal. So Brian Kohlberger took a plea deal 2 weeks before trial was supposed to start. I write so big. And one other thing about me, I also cannot spell with beans. And I used to care, but I don't care. My children always pick out my okay. And then James Patterson released a book too, and I just finished reading that over the weekend. I'm just gonna write that. I finished it yesterday, actually. James Patterson. Yeah, I'm huge. True crime. I like to follow cases, a lot of podcasts, a lot of YouTube. Eating everything. I've been on a weight loss journey since October. I had to have surgery on both my feet, and I was on vacation like a couple weeks ago, and I feel like I've just been eating everything and getting way off track. It's so hard to lose a pound, right? And then it's like 1 week I feel like I've just gained everything back. But anyway, eating everything, ice cream. My favorite. Oh my god, I had ice cream today. And I bought fudgesicles, and I must say, I was wondering if they were as good as I remembered when I was a kid. Sure were. I ate them all. Not all, but most of them. Hating. I don't know. So I'm going to think about this for a little bit, and I'll fill it out, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I'm done. Yeah, I definitely had a lot of bigger boxes. So one of the things, I get these from Dollar Tree, and they're like little poker things, and I find these, a lot of people use tweezers, but I find I bend a little hook kind of in there, and not so much paper stickers, but clear stickers I put underneath there, and I usually don't have any problems with it. I use these all the time. I have tons of them. So yeah, so I finished everything. So I did a grateful for stickers, fan, and an air conditioner. Thinking about my daughter going back to college. Yeah, so I kind of planned, so it was just things I kind of was thinking about when it was July. So this goes in the back of my planner, right? Where's it go? Goes here. Oh no, that's August. Where am I? June. Oh, it goes here. So that was here. I'm losing it. So that goes here. So that is done. So now my next video I'm going to do this. I'll do this August. And like I said, I think I'm going to do, I'll probably do some smaller boxes, and I will decorate this. I'll do some boxes, and then I will do all of like summer highlights, because for us, like where I live in New York, like our kids don't go back to school till like September, except my daughter's in college, so she goes in August. I got 2 weeks with her, this week and next week. So yeah, so that's it for this video, and I'll be back. I think my next video will be this one, and I'll show you how I decorate this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.